JT. Just waiting for YouTube. It's a little slow today. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is tea time with Alex. I'm pretty sure. So let's all have our tea here. This is my Aya matcha. Aya, I say. And I better sip it before it gets too not good. I think I did a good job today. It's like all foam. That is awesome. So I will show you a little bit of what I've been working on. Did some stuff last night. Not really in here at all, actually, but I did do some finagling around some of the more common stuff, figuring out things that I wanted to type def or abstract away, things that I wanted to keep as like platform types, all that kind of crap. So I've gotten rid of a number of like the compile errors that we had previously, which is good. And this is the one that we were pondering yesterday of what to do with metal texture, because it's not a real, it's not like a C++ class or a C struct. This is a protocol, an Objective-C protocol. So, you know, we can't be too nasty here. It's the protocol that's doing that stuff. So, oh well. I've just declared it as like a void pointer, a void star. On Mac, we will deal with it later. Likely, you know, we're going to have to handle the handling somehow. So we'll get to it when we get to it. I think that the metal stuff, unfortunately, is going to keep trickling back in the priority as time goes on. Also, I needed this file handle. You'll see a lot of the things I think are just going to be stupid handles, or aliasing over like just generic like int types, because no one figured out how to do that in C, and now everybody has had to pay for that by inventing their own integer types for till the end of time. It's awful. That is like that's like one of the things that I wish that I do pray for one of these C++ replacement languages to maybe win out over someday. Is, oh my god, there are just so many obviously dumb things in like the C standard library that we could just not have to deal with anymore. But oh well. So, you know, there's a number of other stuff. You know, we have a ton of compile errors all over the place, and they're all in the places you'd expect. It's in our input file here. Input, you know, OS handling input from the keyboard and stuff. This was really not abstracted away very much at all. So you will see, I think I need to boost the gain on my mic. Sorry, one second. Oh, here we go. Okay, how about that? Okay, how about that? How is that? That still doesn't sound right. Sorry, everybody. I just keep listening to the streams back, and I have to bump up the, I have to bump it up so much, it's bad. How did I do that? Oh, oh Lord. How did I get the advanced properties? Man. Fucking around in OBS is just not how I want to be spending my day. Oh, here we go. There we go. Let's try... Oh, Jesus! Okay, that was not what we wanted. Okay, how about that? Or this is +5, +5. So I can talk pretty quiet. Okay, how about 6? 6 I think is okay. Okay, how about we leave it there, and now you can hear me, hopefully. Now you can hear me a little better. Sorry about the blasting your eardrums for a second. And blasting my eardrums. That was not great. And anyway, this whole thing is full of Win32 specific crap, so we have to redo it. Our memory module has some Win32 specific stuff because we're calling virtual alloc and virtual freeze, so we need to fix that somehow. Also, I didn't know this was a problem. Apparently min was not, they didn't let me use min in Objective-C here, or Objective-C++. I have to make it fmin, which is a little lame because I think there are some good cases where I don't want it to be. Yeah, I don't want it to be an f, like, because this size is a 64-bit, because we're talking like addresses and sizes of giant chunks of memory here. So I'm a little weirded out. This is like one of those things where I can't tell if it's Mac, being on Mac, or if it's being through the Objective C++ like compiler flag that is really screwing us up. But obviously a whole bunch more window or that stuff that is Windows specific. Also, this thing keeps breaking, just driving me crazy. And I have no recourse to fix that, which sucks. Yeah, and then obviously our graphics layer is just full of like errors and stuff because it's all like hard coded to Direct3D crap all over the place. So that's awesome. And then I think the place where we wanted this stuff to be, OS interface, this also has just like a bunch of stuff that's all over the place. It's not really scrolled away correctly for doing this multi-platform code base, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm trying not to eat up the whole stream with just yapping about that, but oh well. The thing that we want to keep in mind here is, our goal is to be able to run a game, or our game, on as many, and develop our game for as many platforms as possible. Because this code base is something that I have, a great deal of ownership and familiarity with now. It's something that I think is actually been a hugely valuable investment of time and effort, just purely in terms of learning how all of this platform coding stuff works, and then obviously the rendering as well has been incredible to learn all of that stuff. But the hope is that there is something, we invest a whole bunch of time up front into really learning the business here, the business of doing like low level game and pretty much all the full stack video game programming, and then that turns into we can take all of that time spent learning and developing this and be able to iterate very quickly on game prototypes and ideas and release them to the widest possible like install base that we can. So that's like the higher level, maybe business entrepreneurial logic reason why this would make sense to do, other than it's just fun. It is also just fun, but we try to take those, and so I think the philosophy of developing out this platform abstraction layer on top of all of the OS specific stuff that we're sort of working with here, the philosophy is that we do want these things to be as thin as possible. And we want them to be super duper stable. We want them to be able to live forever. Like after writing the Win32 platform layer, I want to never have to touch it like again until Windows 14 at least, when they deprecate Direct3D 11. And I think it is at a pretty, or if we were to just leave things there, it was at a pretty stable spot. Basically there are a couple of like display setting things that I think would have been good to lock in on. Like we just needed to be querying the display driver for the real like full screen resolution, for some scaling stuff. There's a couple of like little tiny windowing things we want, like lock the aspect ratio, maybe play with VSync and G-Sync a little better, and the sound and working with sound. But like these are all like additive. These are all additive on top of what was there, and what was there like was enough to start like actually prototyping a game, and do it in a way that would have or that will scale up to making something a lot more complicated than just the little tiny prototype that we had previously.